Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Miles, also known as Miles Does Poetry. And it's a new year. It is 2024. And honestly, I thought, what better way to start off 2024, start strong, and show y'all what my first day of production looks like. Well, I won't say production, my first day of 2024. Kind of took a winter break, been very busy as a high school student, had midterms. So I took a break from a whole bunch of stuff that I like to do. You feel me? But, I'm back. I won't say I got new equipment. This was more so stuff that was kind of already around the house. Main thing is I did find me a camera to use. So you're definitely gonna be seeing my face a lot more, especially in this video. But honestly, today for me, in terms of production, it was kind of just, preparing myself for this year. I'm thinking about bringing a lot more things in terms of content creation. Thinking right now, I'm looking at doing a podcast or stream or both. You feel me? If I do streaming, it would be like just a Twitch stream where I do video games, maybe. Or it may just be like one of those talk Twitch streams, and I'll kind of just cover the podcast, or just talk to viewers, and that'll be a great way for me to connect with y'all. So, heavily thinking about that. Don't mind the Naruto hoodie, okay? Don't even get on me about that, alright? This is like an in-house hoodie, okay? I don't go out the house with it. You know what I mean? I woke up this morning, I threw the hoodie on, and I really thought, should I change the hoodie since I'm recording my work or not? But I was like, bro, it's a hoodie, okay? I was like, it's cold, I'm gonna throw this hoodie on. So, got my setup. And yeah, this video is about, a day in life. Or not a day in life, but my first day, whatchamacallit. So enjoy. So, first day, just getting back on that poetry grind. I got me a fresh notebook, got me a pen, and, I got to writing. And no, I'm not talking about in terms of writing a poem. We'll get to that, you feel me? We'll get to that. But honestly, I just wrote the days of the week because I'm trying to figure out if so it's very possible that some of these things I plan on doing may happen, but it's also very possible that they won't happen. However, I still gotta post, So it's just really like I'm making a posting schedule, which is something I didn't have before. So I was like, okay, let me write down the days of the week, and let me just make a little schedule. Let me just write down what I'm thinking. So for Mondays, I was thinking I'll just do a post or a poem on Mondays, post that on Instagram, right? Then Tuesdays, post again, work on a poem, right? Post that on Instagram again. Wednesday, do another poem, right? Thursday, edit whatever material I have for other platforms. Those other platforms being TikTok and YouTube. And then Friday, if I do end up streaming, Friday stream, poem. However, if I do stream on Fridays, it will be a late night stream because, I'm still a student. I got stuff to do. So I gotta go to school. I gotta actually do whatever I need to do, and then I gotta come home. So if I do stream, it'll be late night. Then Saturday, I'll probably take the VOD of the stream. I think that's the term they use. Okay, I upload the stream onto YouTube. So if you miss out on the stream, hey, you know what I'm saying? You can just go to the YouTube. You feel me? And then Sunday, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I honestly don't do this enough. But on my Instagram page, I actually upload a scripture. Well, I done it once. I'm trying to do like every Sunday, but I just get busy. No, that's not really an excuse, but a lot of stuff happened. But every Sunday, upload a scripture. So we're gonna actually go back to doing that. So that's what it was, and it's like also becoming a thing of like I'm just gonna be working on poetry whenever I can. So it's not like okay, I'm posting. It's not like I'm doing poetry according to the schedule. I'm really doing poetry whenever I can. And then in terms of when you're getting the content, it's something totally different. I have poems that I've written out and things like that I haven't uploaded or even recorded me saying at all for various reasons. So I'm still gonna be working on my craft, and I'm still gonna be doing poetry, but it's just what it is. Also, I'm probably gonna try to change my sleep schedule. I'm gonna try to get up earlier. That way I can actually have time to do work. And when I get home, I'm not exhausted and don't feel like doing anything. So I'm gonna try to get up earlier. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but I'm at least try to keep that going until the summer. Because summer I'm gonna have all the time in the world. Maybe. But yeah. And then also, y'all, December, no open mics December. There was open mics out there in the world, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, it's December, you feel me? It's the holiday month. I'm not going to do it. I wasn't really planning on doing one. If you keep up with my Instagram page, you probably know that I was actually looking for one. However, I could find one, but I didn't know how I felt about it. Finding open mics is not the easiest thing. However, if you guys know a way to find open mics, hook a brother up. You feel me? But yeah. So next month we will be doing I am going to be going somewhere to do an open mic. So every open mic video that you guys actually see me doing it's led by the same organization, just different locations. And I will be having one this month. Hopefully, I do plan on attending one this month, and I will now be posting when my next open mic is. That way, if you want to come see me perform, you can go ahead and do that. And not only that, actually, if you're interested in performing, you can actually go to that place and actually perform. It's not something where you gotta do auditions or sign up before. You legit pull up, put your name on the paper, and then boom, they'll call you up when it's your time. They do have they do have things like, they have system, you feel me? But you just gotta keep it family friendly at the end of the day. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. And that's what this segment of the video was about. It was just me trying to get my life together, kind of get my schedule, get that, just trying to figure out what things are going to be looking like. So in terms of my content creation, I'm definitely looking at ways I can produce more content. Not even more content, but more so almost a bigger variety of content that I'm already doing, because I don't want it to just be like, okay, you guys see, me doing poetry. What that is going to be, I don't know, because whatever it is, I'm not saying I want it to be easy. Okay, I'm not saying that. However, I do want it to be able to, be doable. So whether that, I don't know what that's going to be. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing a stream, just do stream, it will be like a Twitch stream, or maybe even, however, I don't know if I'd even do a Twitch stream, to be honest, because they be on Twitch streams for quite a while. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how they do it. Or a podcast. A podcast would definitely be a bit more interesting. However, for me, it would be what would the podcast be about? And right now, I don't necessarily have people. I won't say I don't have people to do a podcast with. Okay, I got people. The people I should be doing a podcast with, the people who I think I could be responsible with, something different. You feel me? I still got people who I think I could be responsible with on a podcast. The only thing is, there's just so much things that would go into that, and honestly, it's is that even worth it? And a one-man podcast, what would I even do a podcast about? If I did a one-man podcast, I feel like it would have to be like informational to some extent. So, I was like, okay, this is something I don't need to figure out now, but something I can figure out down the road, right? But for now, it is just going to be poetry, and I might be doing like some blogs here and there. So that's what that is. However, I am working on a poetry book. I've been working on a poetry book since last year of May. And honestly, it's gonna get done, okay? I wanted to get it done by junior year. However, because my writing style has changed so much, I started the poetry book last year of May. But now that I read the poems I have in there so far, it's like, wow, these poems are actually kind of depressing. So I want to add some happier poems, and I'm learning how to write happier poems and all that stuff. And also poems that are like less selfish. So a lot of them are going to be rewritten. That's also something I learned. So yeah. I wanted to get it done by junior year, but my ultimate goal was to at least have it done by the time I graduated high school. So yeah, that's what that is. But more updates on that, maybe in the future. It was going to be a 200-page poetry book, but I'm actually going to be pushing it back to an 80-page poetry book. Because why not? And I think that's gonna be all for this segment. If you guys have like any ideas in terms of like doing the stream or the podcast, just let me know. This is probably gonna be posted on YouTube, so just let me know in the comments below. If you think I should be doing a stream or podcast. I'm really leaning forward towards stream. But however, it is gonna be pretty hard to catch the streams. But I think that's gonna be all for this segment of the video. So moving on. So going back to the open mic for this month, I do plan on doing an open mic for this month. First open mic of the year for me. So I will be letting you guys know on my Instagram. When it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to do it post a week before. Be like, hey, I'm showing up to this open mic. And like I said before, if you want to come see me perform at any chance, that's definitely going to be the best way. Just going to be on my socials. I'm probably going to be like, yeah, I'm doing this open mic, so and so. Here's the time, place. You know what I'm saying? But also, if you want to perform yourself, a place I'm going to, you kind of can show up, sign up for it, no audition needed. It's an open mic, it's an open mic talent, not a talent show, right? So if you want to perform yourself, go ahead. And it's not strictly poetry either, I'm pretty sure just one of their only, I won't say only, but a big thing for them is just keep it family friendly. So yeah. But I'm also thinking about just getting a couple pieces of equipment this year. So I definitely I have a tripod stand for my camera, but I'm definitely but it's just like a normal one. You know what I mean? So if you want like one of those things that go on the floor, right? But for this video, actually, I was struggling. I had to get this big popcorn bin and prop my camera on there, and I had to do so many things just to make sure my camera was on the right level. And so I'm definitely thinking about getting a miniature tripod that I can just set it on the table, put my camera on there, adjust the angle from there without doing all the extra shenanigans and work. And I'm also thinking about just maybe a few more batteries for my camera. That way, I can, if I'm ever going out with my camera, I can just and the camera dies, can just pop a new battery in. No worries. Hopefully, but I mean, it's nothing serious. But that's just a few pieces of equipment I'm trying to get. And this is the last segment of the video, also the last segment of my productive day. So in this segment, you see me, writing on a notebook. Now you've already seen me writing on a notebook. This is actually different. So I wanted to create a new poem because I haven't written a poem in a minute because of how busy I've been, right? So I'm like, okay, let me look at, and it was really just, let me record a poem. Let me find a poem I haven't recorded yet. So I'm looking through this notebook and I find this poem, but it doesn't seem finished, right? So I'm like, okay, let me read this. I'm like, okay, hold on, this is tough. Let me cook, okay? Let me cook. So, I'm reading what seemed to be the first stanza of it. I'm like, okay, I remember writing this part, but I never finished. And I don't know if I had any idea on how to continue, but I was like, okay. And I was actually, this segment is like an 8-minute segment, so this part is legit, kind of more so of me explaining, me writing this. So if you want to skip this, be free. I think I'm gonna have some type of information at the end of this video. I'll post a timestamp at right here, right now, if you want to skip. But so I'm like, okay, let me look at this, right? And I'm like, okay, this is could be a great romance poem. When I'm writing these poems, when it comes to planning, it's there's no, there's no method to my madness almost. I might have an idea okay, I want a sad poem, I want a happy poem, I want a romantical poem. However, what actually ends up being written is something totally different. I could plan for a happy poem and it turns out to be a sad poem. It is honestly, I just kind of write from the heart, as corny as that sounds. But and that's kind of what I did with this. I took a scrap of something I had already had, and I just kind of took that scrap and added to the scrap, made it a masterpiece. In my eyes, it's a masterpiece. And also, I'm not going to put the poem in this video, okay? However, by the time you're watching this video, this poem is actually, the full announced or recited poem is actually going to be on my Instagram or my TikTok, so make sure you go check that out. But honestly, so it's I'll tell you guys context of the poem. It's about having a crush, and first first time talking to them, that's your crush, you feel me? So your heart start racing, you just kind of start panicking, common thing. But you slowly get to know them more and things like that, and not in a sense of, oh, I'm getting to know you, I want to become your significant other and everything. More so, you're still my crush, but I'm actually being more comfortable being around you, And I think the name I'm going to give it is a romantic crescendo, and it's a music term that I honestly don't feel like explaining. I probably should explain it, so actually, let's look it up. Because that's the idea I have for it, and this is really just a yapping session, by the way. But that's kind of the idea for it. I was in drumline, but I'm pretty sure crescendo is when it's going, is when it's the loudest to smallest. You feel me? So Google Dictionary, crescendo, the loudest point reached in a gradually increasing sound. The highest point reached in a progressive increase of intensity. So honestly, this is kind of more backwards, because I guess what it's saying is, you start small and then you grow louder. Yeah, it's a gradual increase of loudness. However, with this poem, it's not a gradual increase of loudness. However, it's a start of loudness. You have a crush, right? And you're just so ecstatic about it. You start panicking all the time, but you start to get used to it more and more and more. And it's like, instead of a crescendo, what's the opposite of a crescendo? I guess that's what we should be looking at. I feel like they should have a term for it. Oh, it's a decrescendo or decrescendo. I'm gonna assume that's decrescendo. You know, so I think it's gonna be called a romantic decrescendo. I do want to like start actually practicing naming it. This one's definitely gonna be in the book. I definitely do like this poem a lot, especially for it to like, you know, be the first poem of this year. But yeah, I think it was pretty cool, you know. And I was like, I'm definitely going to edit this part of the segment because it's 8 minutes long. But it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. So for what I'm going to do for the remaining of this video is I'm just going to stop talking. You guys can just kind of like see my hair right. You feel me? If I don't know if that's what you want to look at, you know, go ahead. But yeah, that's just actually, you guys can see me actually write a poem. Insignificant now. You feel me? Probably insignificant in the future. However, I think it's pretty cool.